Hey everybody, what's up? Yeah, you can see who the character is in front of the camera there. You know, ever since the solicits, if you will, for, I guess you could say for 253 came out, well not the solicits, but the cover, there was one little item at the top of that cover, right above Sonic's head. It got a lot of people's attention. It was a red colored shoe with white buckles, and then a little bit of yellow right above that. Now, some people have already given the suspicions as who they think it could be. Some have suspected that it's going to be Sally in her new design, and that the recoloring is just to throw off people. Which one would have to admit is not a bad deal. One would have to admit that. Others have guessed that it could be somebody else. You know, some have thrown out the names of Mina Mongoose, and even Honey the cat. But one thing people have pointed out is she's not mentioned in the solicits. Now, some have even mentioned that it could be Amy. Others have pointed out that it can't be Amy because she's in the Pirates Plunder Panic story in Sonic Universe. Possibly due to the fact that she got sent there along with Blaze and Cream during the reset of the second Genesis wave. We don't know though. It could be portrayed as another Elseworld story, but we have to wait and see. Anyway, the point is, a lot of people have thrown out names, but mostly everybody has pretty much said, and they've even used links to the New York Comic-Con presentation of Sally's new design, or new look, as an example, is saying it is her. And that the recoloring is just to throw people off. Well, if that is the case, then one thing a lot of people have questions of, is what's going to happen with her once she does arrive. Now, we all know we all know Sally has had her critics for years and years and years. There's no doubt about it. She has had her critics. She has had people run her down as a character. Now, some have come out and said, hey, look, we don't hate her. There's actually been some that have come out and said, hey, we don't hate Sally. We just hate the way people have portrayed her. For example, one of the, hold on for a sec. For example, one of the most used examples, if you will, of her being written out of character, as some people have said, is 134. And that was written by Carl Bowlers. A lot of people use that and several other examples as saying, hey, we don't hate her, we just hate the way she's being written and portrayed. And quite frankly, I understand, and I'm sure a lot of other people do understand where those people that say, hey, we don't hate the character, we just hate the way she's written and portrayed, we can understand where you guys are coming from. I can be honest with you when I read 134 and I saw what happened, I said to myself, I said to myself in my mind, this is not Sally, this is stupid. But I also believed as a longtime fan that everything happens for a reason, and that this is just going to be pushed to the back eventually. This is eventually going to be, put away, and storyline-wise, it's going to be an act that will be, if written correctly, will be written as forgivable. And it was. Basically we did have the explanation from Sally in a way that, basically she was an emotional wreck. Let's just put it that way. She was an emotional wreck. And Sonic not saying, oh yeah, sure, I'll stay with you while your parents are on tour, didn't help much. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, there are those, like I said, that like the character, love the character, but they just don't like how she's been portrayed or written. And you even have those same people that criticize the way Ian has written her. Now, some will come to Ian's defense and say, hey, look, Ian has done a better job with this character than anybody. Ian has made her likable. Ian has made her enjoyable. Ian has made her the Sally that she's always meant to be and always was meant to be. And, some are, and obviously they do have some points. I mean, we do see a side of Sally at times that we think, this is Sally that's very similar to Sad AM, if not 10 times more, if not 5 times more of what she was in Sad AM. Like she is that character. And everybody would have to agree with that. But again, you still have the critics that say they don't like the way Ian has portrayed her. But then again, on the other hand, you have those that when they look at her being restored, her possibly showing up in the Countdown to Chaos arc, that, as one person put it, sarcastically or whatever, that basically it's kind of ironic that all the other female characters, game characters that is, are being pushed to the side for Sally to finally come back in. Some have even said that at certain forums and message boards, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you know which ones they are, have pretty much said that she's going to end up stealing the spotlight again. That the focus is all going to be on her again. Heck, one person said that the way Ian writes her, with the way Ian Flynn writes her, that she'll be back in charge leading the team in no time. Well, some have said similar things. Some have even said that probably the most she'll do development-wise is monologue of all the bad things she's done, and then everybody will pretty much kind of group hug her and say, hey, everything's fine, it's cool, it's not really your fault. And, that's their opinion if they feel that way because of what they've seen in the past. But then again, we cannot say whether or not that's the direction he's going to go in. True, there might be some monologuing. There's no doubt about that. There will be some monologuing. Some regret. I look at the fact that if Ian writes her the way writes her return and writes her development the way it should be written, or the way people are hoping it will be written, then there will be some reluctancy on her part to do anything. Like, she'll go on missions, but she'll be reluctant to do certain things because she's not sure if she'll make a similar mistake, if she'll make a mistake, or she'll end up getting roboticized again and turning against her friends again. So what I look at, honestly, is I do see some monologuing possibly, but I do see some reluctancy on her part in the story. I do see that, and if Ian writes it the way fans are hoping for, you are going to see that. Now, do I see her still in the spotlight again? No, I don't. Basically, what I look at when I look at her return, and most importantly, her return possibly in Countdown to Chaos, along with everybody else's, from Antoine maybe, to Rotor, to Amy, to Bunny, to Nicole. When I see Rotor, when I see all of them possibly coming back together during this Countdown to Chaos, I look at it as being, Countdown to Chaos, as being the rebirth of the Freedom Fighters. That is why you get the new redesigns. It's basically the rebirth of this group. It's going to be the rebirth, and things are going to definitely be changing because it'll be the rebirth of the Freedom Fighters, in my opinion, is going to be the main focus of the story arc upcoming. It's not just going to be Sally's return. No. And I don't think it's going to focus mainly on her. It won't. It's going to focus on all the other characters. Why do you think they're doing the interlocking covers? They're doing the interlocking covers to showcase possibly every group member reunited. That's why they're doing it. They're not doing it because they want to make her the star, the solo star. No, they're doing it to showcase that the team is back together. I mean, come on, honestly. Let's be honest. Did you ever think the Freedom Fighters were going to be totally gone forever? No. Yeah, Ian can come out and say the Freedom Fighters were dead. But that's what a writer or someone in his position is supposed to do. They're supposed to make you think that. They're supposed to troll you into thinking that so that you'll be invested in what they're doing right there and you won't be suspicious. But again, getting back on topic here, her returning possibly in Countdown to Chaos with her new redesign does not mean, in my opinion, she's going to have the spotlight put on her. Because again, I see development. I see huge character development for her. I see huge character development for any other Freedom Fighters showing up. I really do. I see that character development. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. If you have an opinion of saying, hey, she's going to steal the spotlight, they're going to focus too much on her, it's this, it's that, that's fine. That's fine. Believe what you want to believe. It's your right. It's your right to believe what you want to believe. But honestly, in my opinion, Countdown to Chaos overall is not just going to mark the return of her and her new design. It's not just going to mark the return of Bunny Rabbit, Rotor, Antoine. Sorry about that, I thought I saw somebody coming by. But anyway, like I said, it's mainly going to focus not just on her return, it's going to focus on the return of Bunny, it's going to focus on the return of Rotor, Antoine, Amy, Nicole. It's going to focus on all of them, and it's going to focus on their character development, and it's going to focus mainly on the rebirth of the Freedom Fighter team. You can believe me or not, but that's how I look at it. It's going to focus on the rebirth of that team. Why do you think when people look at that title, Countdown to Chaos, why it reminds them of a lot of things? Anytime, if my memory serves me correctly, and if my watching of people like Lynn Carl and reading other comic book reviews and stuff is any indication, anytime there's a comic book series, based on a franchise or not, anytime there's a comic book series that has countdown in its upcoming arcs, it usually means a big event is happening. A big event is going to occur, and with a big event comes a big rebirth. And that's exactly what it will be, a rebirth. Again, the interlocking covers. Think about it, folks. I could be wrong, but think about it for a second. Why are they interlocking? Why do you see the start of one character at the top of 253? Even if it is Sally, even if it is Honey Cat, even if it is Mina, Bunny, whatever. If people, if it is Sally in her new design, and the recolorings will throw you off, that's fine. But mainly, the interlocking means they're going to have the group together. Again, I could be wrong, maybe I am, but that's the way I see it, in my opinion. You know, yeah, I can understand how people feel about her, possibly in their mind, still in the spotlight. How they feel it's ironic that you have Amy, Blaze, and Cream, and Marina all in one arc in Sonic Universe, and all of a sudden, here's Sally possibly in, in the Countdown to Chaos deal, possibly on the cover of 254. I can understand how you feel about that, but honestly, we have to look at it like this. She's not going to steal the spotlight. Yeah, she is going to have some development. Yeah, there's possibility of monologuing. Yeah, there's possibility of reluctancy. And yes, there is possibility of forgiveness. But it's all part of development. And there is going to be the possibility of trust. You know, I was watching, whether you like the movie or not, I was watching Revenge of the Fallen today. I was watching Revenge of the Fallen today. And the one thing that got thrown around there was trust. Here you had the Spike character, the Sam Witwicky character, basically as a wanted fugitive. And here he was, one movie later, being a fugitive, after in the first movie he helped save the damn world. So you see, and when I look at that, I think part of the character development for her will be trust. Part of the character development for the entire team will be trust. Because of what's happened. I mean, you're going to have the people not trusting Sally, not trusting anybody else because of what's happened. I mean, I could see the Council of Acorn, or some members of New Mobotropolis, citizens of the planet, going like, we can't trust Sally anymore because of what she did. How can we trust her? She attacked us. She tried to hurt us. You know. And the same thing could be said for someone like Sonic. It's like, well, we can't trust Sonic because he's always forgiving this girl. He won't even, he's like, he suddenly trusts this girl. How can we trust him? And the same for Tails. The same for Tails maybe. The same for Rabot. It's like, well, Rabot went AWOL and all of a sudden she's back, but look, she's cybernetic again. She got herself legionized. How can we trust her? And then you got the thing with Nicole and Rotor. You know, there's going to be some people that still don't trust Nicole maybe. You know, be like, how can we trust this girl? How can we trust this female AI? How can we trust this guy who wears a freaking nanite suit? How can we trust this guy? Alright, it basically looks like he's been patched up through nanites and cybernetics. How can we trust him? And that'd be like Antoine. You get what I'm saying. The main thing for all the characters, her included, is going to be trust. Yes, for Sally, there will be monologuing and reluctancy. I will not deny that. But for her and all the other characters, it's going to be a rebirth and the character development throughout this arc, no matter how many parts it is, 4, 5, 6, doesn't matter. If it goes from October of this year to October of next year, does not matter. It's going to be a building block. It's going to be about rebirth, redemption, and character development. And like I said, I am not going to deny there will not be any reluctancy or monologuing on Sally's part. I will not deny that. But again, this is going to be a story about rebirth, about redemption, and mostly rebirth. That's what I see. So, as far as Sally still in the spotlight, I do not think that's going to happen. Yes, she's going to play an integral part in this whole story arc, Countdown to Chaos. No doubt about that. But so is Sonic. So is Tails. So is Rabot. So is Antoine. So is Rhoda. So is Nicole. They're all going to play an integral part. And if Ian Flynn writes it correctly, it will be a good story. It will hopefully change people's tunes about certain characters. Especially her. But we just got to wait and see. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about the whole Countdown to Chaos deal. Because that's what this video is. My thoughts on the upcoming, on Sonic's upcoming Countdown to Chaos arc. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know if you guys think she's going to end up stealing the spotlight. If you feel that way, that's fine. It's your opinion. Say what you want. But be respectful. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with what I said? Do you think it's going to be a rebirth? Do you think it's going to be about redemption? Do you think there is going to be character development for everybody? Do you think those interlocking covers are going to be featuring all the characters back together? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know down below. Video response if you like. I would greatly appreciate it. So let me know what you guys think. I do apologize for this being long. But hey, when you have an unlimited time limit, take advantage of it as far as I'm concerned. But let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. Video response. But again, let me know if you agree or not. If you think it's going to be about Countdown to Chaos, it's going to be about redemption, rebirth. If there's going to be character development. Do you agree that yes, there's going to probably be some monologuing and reluctancy on Sally's part? Do you think, in your opinion, that it's going to mainly focus on her? Let me know what you guys think. Because I gave my opinion. Let me know if you agree or not. Respond, comment. Thank you all for watching. Again, I apologize for this being long. I had to get a lot off my chest. But let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you all later. God bless. Take care.